to leave the Triumph. I may make this that gold, so it doesn't look like two different golds.
Probably look a lot better, yeah. Let's see. So from the end of that to the front of that, 40 inches? Yeah, we could do that with one cut.
Yeah. We could probably get away with 2 inches there.
Yeah.
Maybe an inch
Looks
and
like
7/8. And we'll taper that one as well.
Okay. Okay.
So whatever this taper is, we'll just scale it. This is all the stripes.
Okay. Writing down the dimensions for me, thank you.
3 inches tall
Uh-huh.
to 1.5 inches at 40 inches long.
Okay.
1 7/8 inch here. And then it's just going to follow that, but it'll be only 11 inches long.
Okay.
So I'm going to wrap it all the way around the
It's
end.
actually longer than I thought it would be. I'm going to get started on that then.
Okay. Take this. This is what you need to scan. Well, I'm working on the Triumph that we did the sketches the other day of a graphic scheme, but I've changed that graphic scheme since that last sketch. And I just laid out a rough pattern, gave it to Brock. He's putting it in the computer right now. And I'm making a piece that I can give him to scan. And in the computer, we'll actually cut that graphic so it fits the arch that we need on this tail section. And we can just flip that when we do the other side. The design I had last time, I was looking at pulling a stripe down from the center and then going down over the side case. And I've changed that to just a simple stripe going back and off that. I don't like how it, when I lay it out and I look at the bike, it looks really broken up. So I'm trying to simplify it and make it a little more elegant. I'm going to keep the original gray and the gold stripe as of right now. I could change my mind in 5 minutes, I don't know. But as of right now, I'm going to keep that. I'm just going to scuff this so I can do the graphics and clear over everything again.
So, Dad's working on this Evel Knievel bike, and he's currently designing the graphics for what he wants to put on the side of the Triumph. So he went ahead and did this hand sketch for me here, showing me what he had in mind, and mocked this up next to the bike and everything so I could see what the dimensions were. And then he went ahead and cut it out so he could put it on the side of the bike.
may be wondering what I'm doing right now, but the purpose of the sawhorse and mounting this tank on it is so I have a fixture to keep this mounted, and once this is stable, I can sand this, I can paint it, I can work on it without trying to rest it on my lap or trying to tape it. It's an easier way to work on it rather than just trying to set it on a bench. Once I have this in the spray booth, I can get all the way around and paint this and clear it and get everything that I need to get, access to. And I don't have to worry about areas not getting painted or covered. When it's all finished, I can color sand this, polish it on this when it's all done, pull it off, put all the pieces back that I took out of the bottom, put it right back on the bike. You see that little dovetail that I ground on that edge? That's because inside there's a little catch, and it's got that angle right there. So by grinding that, it holds that. I'll flip it underneath these. I'll put 2 screws underneath, and that one's done. Now I'm going to make some stands to bolt these to. Go get those. Well, I got the parts mounted on the sawhorses, so I'm going to take them over to the paint shop. I'll start sanding these, and we'll get them ready for paint.
So when I pull the scan away from what I've been drawing here, you can see that the graphic is slowly coming together, and I'm doing my best to try to keep it as dimensionally sound as possible, I guess. Just keeping everything straight, making sure everything's level. As perfect as my dad is, not every hand sketch is going to come out completely perfect and perfectly level, so I'm doing my best to try to make it that way. This is a 40-inch long graphic right now because the bike is about 40 inches where we want it covered. This will obviously get cut up a bunch. We're going to use whatever we want to use from it on the bike. And when I finish this shape here, I'm going to end up highlighting the whole thing, grouping it, and giving it that slow fade out that Dad wants. Just cutting it down from the initial 3 inches to about half of that size as it gets all the way to the end. So currently, yeah, it's just laying out all the stripes, and when this is all done, I'm going to be grouping it all together, pinning it to the artboard, making it a group, and shipping it out to the Graph Tech right over there so we can cut this thing out and see how it looks on the bike.
After we got all the parts on their fixtures, it's the easiest way to sand them. Rather than trying to hold them in your lap, and wet sanding also, it just makes a mess. This keeps it clean, keeps it organized, and it's going to make it real easy when it comes to masking all the parts, taping them all off, and spraying them. all the parts are sanded and ready to start actually masking it off for the paint work. So now I'm gonna go work with Brock and see if, where he's at, and if I can help him get it caught up so we can start masking these off.
Yeah.
Just come off of one of those straight lines and all those, see the two?
Yeah, okay. Let me see what I can do.
See how they're going uphill? Go from the point, those far end points. Yeah, just take that line right there and bring it over here and make it parallel with those. You can get rid of that upper line also, that one going straight up.
This one?
Yep.
Okay.
Get rid of the other one. You're gonna get rid of all the inside lines. Okay. Now make that, take your 5 points. This is the bottom one, you gotta make a point too. Just grab a star from something, there'll be a 5-point star. Okay, now line up the lower right points, the point. Yes, there. Okay, now make it smaller until that lines up. And leave that lower point lined up. Now what I wanna do is just morph it, just pull the point, the top point.
A little bit, and just give it that.
How tall is that star?
Should be about 3 inches.
Can you offset that star an 1/8 inch in?
Something
going.
like this, right? Or do you want it a little more back?
It needs to
that
come
way?
back just a little bit, right there.
Okay. See, that's what we got.
That looks good?
Yeah.
Okay. What I want to do is go right off this tip and go straight back, and right off
Okay.
that tip and go straight back.
Okay.
Now offset both of those an 1/8 of an inch inside. Now we can do the 13 stripes.
Yes.
But
Okay.
what I want those to be is, there's a stripe there, stripe there, stripe there, stripe there. So that looks cool. We'll just have to pinch it, taper it, and then I've got a curve over there for the last. So what we'll do is we'll take the last part, but the stars will be cut separately.
Yeah.
So I'll lay out what needs to be cut because it's going to be sprayed. Everything is white all the way to the outside. That's the first mask. I'll spray that. Then I'll tape off the red, and I'll spray the red, and then we'll tape off the blue, and I'll spray the blue, and then the silver, and then the charcoal. Yeah, we'll just, once you taper it, because I want it tapered also, so then we'll reduce it, and then I'll just cut that, and the stars will be cut separately too.
Okay.